Well, good morning, folks, and you've caught me in Norway. I am going to do a bit of a Norwegian adventure, something a bit different. I'm going to one of the remote islands way off the coast of Norway, just to see what remote island life is like. But I thought, yeah, these two little islands connected together, and you have to go under a really weird sort of long tunnel to get there. So yeah, it's quite cool. I think it's on the Bering Sea. I'll check my facts when I get there anyway. Now this is well worth it. It is way out of the way. And part of that is the kind of attraction. No one else is going to come here. I think the biggest thing though is the absolute contrast to where I've been recently in terms of like just open views. I can see for miles and miles in comparison to be in a forest with stunning views. I'm not going to argue that, but nevertheless in a forest where you don't get really a very kind of cattle grid, a big vista. But I am more than made up that I made the decision to come up here. Cattle grid again. I almost didn't, because it really is out of the way. It's one of those things where, just like going to the tri-county border at the top of Norway, this is out there again in terms of you're on a road and that road takes you somewhere, and then when you're finished, then you're on the road back again. You know, it's like one road in, one road out, and it's a heck of a long way to go to almost kind of see the same thing twice. I mean, what I'm looking forward to on this particular one is when I have left the islands that I'm visiting, because I plan to stay there for a few days. I want to have a look round, proper look round, get on my bike and have a proper tour around on my bike. I've got work to do, and yeah, I thought, what better place, you know, I've got Starlink and everything else, what better place to spend a few days really kind of seeing what life's about, get some work done and experience it. So that's what I'm doing. And on the way back, I get to see the reverse of all these views, because looking in my mirror you get different views, so I'm happy with that as well. But yeah, so far I am very happy with the decision I made to further extend where I am in terms of you know, how far up in the European continent can you get. And yeah, I've been to Nordkap, so you know that's far. Well, this is all the way over to the east. So yeah, there's the islands, 2 tiny little islands together, and then nothing at all. And if anything, like I've seen so far about the little communities that are dotted around, it's got John written all over it. And actually, yeah, it's got Mandy written all over it as well, to a certain extent. She just wouldn't drive this distance to get here. I just got my first glimpse of where I'm going. Ah, this is so cool. The coolest thing though is going to be the tunnel under to get to the islands. Ah, this is so remote, it's cool. Let's go and see what these two are looking at. Get a nice shelter there with a fire pit, some logs. So like I said, there are 2 islands, or kind of little islands anyway. And right now I'm on the most easterly one. But you can see that's the other island there. And it sticks out a little bit further. See if I can get down my bike in the next few days. The weather's supposed to be a bit better. There you go, the Barents Sea, what we're looking at there. Yeah, so if we look that way, the next thing we can see is Svalbard. Over, there we go, that way. So a long way off there is Svalbard. So that's kind of how far up we are right now. It's just wild, isn't it? I think that the thing I like about this more than anything else is that people live up here and make a living up here, probably fishing and other stuff like that. But yeah, who'd have thought to come to a place like this and going, yeah, that's it. I want to live here because, you know, looks like home to me. And well, yeah, I'm one of them, I guess, because I'd live somewhere like this. But how cool are these little things? Look at that. Get a rainbow over the van. And that is the nerdy bit of why I thought I'd come here. Well, one of them is an early warning radar system. The other one is a Cold War leftover from early warning radar system. So that's where I am, Vardo. And exactly there is where I am right now. Like I say, that's the other island that is that much bigger. And then this is the route we came in, through the tunnel. That'd be cool as well to get some northern lights. And these are the birds that you're likely to see up here as well. I just like the houses and layouts of everything. It's just all kind of randomly laid out houses, build what you want. One thing I am in need of right now is food. I am starving. So I'm gonna get some food. I might move actually as well. So the wind is coming that way, and it says it's northwesterly it's going to move to, which is kind of like that way. So yeah, I'm gonna probably move up there a little bit, get some shelter. So yeah, there we go, move the van, get some food. Sounds like a plan. Oh, good morning, folks. And it's slightly better weather as well than it was yesterday. So I'm thinking I'm going to get off and go and do some exploring on my bike. See what the other side of the island looks like. Get to the very tip of the other side of the island, hopefully. And also check out those radar stations. But yeah, just have a wander around, see what's going on. How cool is that? I'm assuming it's coming in. Might be coming in or just flying past. Really cool. But I've got the bike out because the weather's pretty cool. So maybe I'll nip into the ferry port and see if I can catch some better shots. So apparently cruise liners come in once a day, and they get to kind of have a look around. Tourists that you can see up on the balconies up there and that get to come off, have a look around for a little bit. I guess the ship restocks, refuels, stuff like that, and then they shoot off a bit. So I'm going to see if I can get round the other side, see what's going on with that. Yeah, but just really cool to see something so big come into this tiny little island. So that's what the nerdy part in me thought about coming to see. So one of them, the original one, can actually track objects like 30 centimeters and bigger. And when it was launched, it reckoned that it could actually track an object 30 centimeters or slightly bigger all the way down to Morocco. Now, I'm not a flat earther, but how does it see to Morocco, given the fact that, you know, there's many mountain ranges in the way, and it's kind of curved, especially where we are at the top of the world. You know, to Morocco, there's a lot of curve there. So, yeah. But apparently it could, so maybe it bounces off the atmosphere or something like that. Yeah, quite cool, nerdy stuff. Anyway, let's do some more exploring. I saw this on Google Maps and I thought, I've got to come and see it in person. It's just right next to them, so you know, that's why I'm seeing it in person. How cool is that though? I heard a few of the tourists getting off that boat and it sounded like they were Russian. So maybe they let Russians on cruise ships in here like that as well then. Make the North great again. You don't need to make it great. You know what it is. Oh look, you can see my house from here. It's definitely a noisy place with the birds.
destruction. And I'm back to a place that I left a long time ago. Just give me a sec while I smoke this cigarette. My aching body feels better still. What do you do when you just pick up my guitar and
I think I remember why I cut this off now, when I probably got up here and the wind blew it everywhere and you try and tuck it in here and it gets caught in your zip. I think that was it. Anyway, behind me is the most northern military fortress in the world. Should we carry on?
too much on your plate when I need to escape. Everything will be better when I find a way. When people leave, do they ever think about you? What I'd say if I ever came back again.
It's like a little lookout tower. The sun's setting over that way. Well, is the sun even going to set? Well, there's a question I'd not actually anticipated yet. Is the sun even going to set? I guess we'll find out later. And on that little island, which is opposite here, that's apparently where you can see puffins and stuff like that.
I'm still wondering, I miss you. I know I'll ask you when I see you again, my friend. What do you do when you pick up my guitar?
Don't know if it's like an Airbnb or something like that. Inside there's massive windows on this side and then big comfy chairs and sofas so you can sit and watch the view. Have a wander around, see what's about. That looks like some sort of gun emplacement there as well. Right, back on the little trusty steed and see where we can get to next. Looks like the cruise ship's leaving already. Actually, probably didn't have enough time to grab some food or anything. Mind you, probably on one of them you can get whatever food you want. I almost missed that as well. That looks like a World War II bunker. I mean, that could very well be on its way to Svalbard. That's the next stop, really. Well, it's the next island. I bet they love getting the sunset cruises in. Well, I thought I'd come up here, like, you know, do you see any whales, dolphins, whatever? And the answer really is no. Nothing like that. But who knows, on a different day maybe you do. Still epic to be here though. Absolutely epic. You know, sometimes you kind of like question why you did these things and you go, oh, it's a long way, and oh, what are you going to go there for? And procrastination. Tell you, procrastination can ruin your life. Just go and do it. Get out there. Do the thing you want to do. And then the worst thing about it afterwards, you might say, wasn't quite as good as I thought it was, or I wish I hadn't done that. But it's a 50-50 then, isn't it? Between that and, oh my God, I am so glad I came here. Whereas if you don't go out there and do it, all you've got is, oh well, shame I didn't do it. Right, so let's head back to the van. And yeah, I've seen a couple of things on the way down, so it's on the other side of the island that I cycled on the way up. And yeah, just want to go and have a look. And these things are for drying fish. So you catch your fish, you bring them up here, you dry them out, and then you eat them when they're dried out. Yeah, definitely work out why I nearly swore then. Definitely work out why I shaved that off. But yeah, fish drying racks. I'm sure there's a special word for them, but fish drying racks they are nonetheless.
Too much on your plate when you need to escape. Everything will be better when I find a way. Oh. What do you do when you get pick up a guitar and
Wow, that's really cool then, isn't it? So it's a sculpture, but represents immigration and stuff, you know? A lot of people are discussing that at the moment, aren't they? So, yeah. But yeah, how cool is that? It's like an old Viking ship, but like a dinosaur sort of thing as well. Yes, love it.
what do you do when you get pick up a guitar and too much on your plate when you need to escape. Every little thing will be better when I find a way. Whoa, go, go. Find a
I've had a lovely couple of days here. Well, I think it's actually been a bit more now. Got here on Friday afternoon. It's now Monday. Yeah, 4 days. The weather's been okay most of the time. Saturday got a bit rough. Saturday night, 75-mile-an-hour gusts. Got a little bit rough. But other than that, the rain washed all the seawater off that came after that. So my van's now semi-clean again. And yeah, I think the funniest thing about the storm was watching one of the cruise ships come in, and it literally was sort of like listing. Just, yeah, I wouldn't have liked to have been on board. The contrast to the day before, where everyone was out on the top deck having a look around and seeing where they were getting to kind of like, you know, no one being around at all, probably all in the rooms going, but yeah, I think it's really nice to have a look around sort of like islands like this and see in such a remote part of the world what people do and what goes on. And it's a bit of a weird one. I've watched a lot of documentaries and TV shows about people living in remote places and that kind of stuff. And whilst this looks idyllic, and personally I would live here, there are obviously other things going on because, you know, we are out in the middle of nowhere here, really. So there's a real contrast between sort of like the new buildings that have gone up, and there's a lot of money in them, and then the existing people that are living here that are just trying to get through each day. You know, there's cars with headlamps missing and bits missing, and at the side of the road that people are still using, houses that you can tell are, you know, just about livable. And I guess the fishing industry is just sort of one of those things where, you know, everyone's got controls over fishing numbers and everything else, so there doesn't seem to be that much fishing activity here. I've seen a few boats go in and out, but, you know, not the fleet. I mean, there are a lot of boats there, and that harbour is full. If they were doing a lot of fishing, obviously the harbour would be empty. So it's been interesting to see the contrast. I guess the biggest thing for me was I remember watching a documentary a few years ago, and it was about I think it was Native Americans in a remote village somewhere or something like that. And there was a lot of problems with mental health and suicide and boredom and lack of money and all that kind of stuff. And this kind of like is a tiny little bit of that as well. And what brought that home was I went in a little convenience shop, and half of it was gambling machines at the back. The other half you could buy a hot dog and some chicken wings, and then most of the rest of it was alcohol. So yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, for me, what looks like a real sort of like idyllic place, you know, everything looks just amazing and different. And yeah, to a local who's lived here all his life and can't get out because he can't get a job or doesn't earn enough money, I guess it's a prison. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed my time here. Such an epic place, just to walk around and see what goes on, just to see general life, you know. You know, the ships coming in, the air horns of the ships coming in. A few passengers get off and have a walk around, then get back on again. So it doesn't seem to be there's a lot of tourism or anything like that here. So I am in a car park with a few motorhomes, so maybe in the summer we get more tourism. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed my time here. And this part of the trip now is the sad part, I guess, but also the happy part. I'm going south and west for the first time. And obviously that means seeing Mandy. So yeah, trip is basically doing an about turn and back to England. Thanks for watching this little mini series of my trip, and yeah, we shall see you very soon at our next destination. Take care folks, see you later, bye.